What is going on YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the newest scanner that I got. It's made by Launch. And this scanner here, unlike all the other scanners that I have done, has something that none of these scanners have. And this scanner actually costs less than the $1,500 X-Tool XT90. So over here, if you watch some of my other videos, if you're interested in, researching scan tools before you buy it, we have the X2 XT90, which is about $1,500. And then we have the Launch X431 CRP 919 EBT. This one's about $450. We have the VD70 Lite made by VDiag Tools, which is basically X-Tool. It's just like a sister company. And then we have the X2 830M. That one is phone-based, so the dongle connects to your phone and your phone becomes the scanner. And then we have the Top Scan from Top Don, which is the cheapest. This scanner here, like I said, has something that none of these have, which I'm really excited about. And this will fit between the $450 and the $1,500 range. So let's check it out and see what it comes with. We'll unbox it and then we'll set it up and then we'll connect it to a vehicle and see what it does differently compared to all of these. All right, guys, so let's show you guys what I got. So this here in front of you guys is a X431 PRO3s Elite. This is supposed to be one of the nicest scanners that they are making right now, this company, Launch. And I've been using, at work, we use Autel, we use X-Tool. I've been really liking the Launch, especially that little guy right there for $450. I've been using that at work. I've been bringing that to work. And that thing does a lot. There's some things that scanner will do, the Launch X431 Elite, that the $2,000 Autel we have at work won't even do. It's embarrassing. So we're gonna unbox this and see what it comes with. So we'll start with this. So when you buy this, you're gonna get two packages pretty much. One is just a box full of adapters, which we're gonna go through, and then your main, I hit the camera, the main box. So let's unbox this here and see what it comes with. So we'll start with the accessories here. I'll open it this way, that way you guys can see. There's nice little latches here for storage, pretty cool. And here's what this scanner has that none of those have, a J-box. For those of you that are technicians and you know what a J-box is, it's basically a pass-through that lets you pretty much program cars. And so pretty much if I wanted to, if I have a Ford and I want to do level, like dealership level programming, well, what I would do is I would use this J-box. I will connect it to my laptop or my computer, and I would basically rent the Ford OEM software for however many days I need. I can connect this to my computer, and basically whatever the dealer can do, I can do for whatever time I rented the software for. So you can do that for GM, for Ford, you name it. For Volvo, for BMW, you have ESTA, which is what I used to use a lot. So if I have a BMW and I want to be able to do exactly what the dealer does with their OEM scanner, I basically just go to ESTA.com or whatever the website is. I can pay so much to have the software for a day or for a week, or if you want to do it for 6 months, whatever. They have different plans. And all you need is this J-box, which I'll show you guys everything that it supports, all the makes. And you can do pretty much programming. You can do anything that the dealer can do. So for this tool right now is at $1,250. And for this to have a J-box, the X2 being $1,400 to $1,500 and not having a J-box. So this thing is insane for having the smart link. So that's awesome. And when you're not using this as a J-box, this is just your standard VCI. So this will just connect to the vehicle as the other ones would. So it's pretty cool to have this. So we have the smart link here, put that aside. You do have a cable if you're doing programming. You're gonna wanna connect it to the internet or hardwire it for online programming. This does online and offline programming. Then you have a bunch of cables here. You have your regular OBD2 adapter that goes here. So like I said, you're gonna be using this to connect to your vehicle mostly, unless you're programming. And then you have another cable here, USB. Then you have your power adapter for recharging with all the different adapters for different countries, which we don't really care about. So it already came with the one for US, so that's awesome. Then USB-C to USB for data transfer, I'm assuming. So you get that. That's about it inside this compartment here. Then you have your owner's manual, your startup manual, and your activation little card here. This is going to have a serial number. When you open it, there's going to be an activation number. When you first power on the tool, it's going to ask you for that. So make sure yours came with one. And then we have the scanner. Nice big screen. This is about, I think it's a 9.7 inch screen. Could be wrong. For sure it's a 9.7 inch screen. I already did take this out of the box and update it just for the sake of the video not being too long. So as you can see here, very nice, very big. It's actually, the screen's bigger than the X2 XT90, but it's slimmer everywhere else around, so it ends up being actually smaller than the X2. But it's about the same thickness. Up here you do have a USB-C and a regular USB, so it's pretty cool if you want to transfer. Like I have wallpaper set up on this. I basically just put a thumb drive in here and copy files and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Other than that, nothing else, no buttons other than the power button on the top right here. Then back here you have a nice camera, and then you have your kickstand, just the typical, you know, scanner features. So I'm gonna power this up and let it boot up while I show you guys the adapter box. All right, so this is the second box you get with the scanner. This one is full of adapters. There's some mix between OBD1 and some special connectors, so we'll go through them and see what's in there. It's nice that it's on its own case, so you don't lose your adapters. So you have 3 adapters, I believe, in here. There's a packing list that shows all the adapters and makes which one's which. So we'll start with the bags. Over here we have some fuses for the cigarette lighter. So you have 2 power adapters here. You have one that goes directly in your battery, positive, negative, and then the other end will go into your VCI right here. And this is used for OBD1. OBD1 does not have, like OBD2, you have power at the OBD2 connector. OBD1 you don't, so you have to provide power, so that's what that's for. And if you don't want to use the battery adapter, there is a cigarette lighter adapter, which again, you get power from the cigarette lighter to power for OBD1 diagnosis. So that's pretty cool. You have 2 options here. And then you just have a bunch of adapters, which I'll go through the list here and show you guys. So I hope you guys can see that. So there's a Mercedes-Benz 38 pin. There's Nissan 14 plus 16 pin. There's Mercedes-Benz 14 pin, BMW 20 pin, Chrysler 6 pin, Ford 6 plus 1 pin, GM 12 pin, Honda 3 pin, Kia 20 pin, Mitsubishi and Hyundai 12 plus 16 pin, Toyota 17 pin, Toyota 22 pin, and then you have your 2 power adapters and then the fuses. So it covers quite a lot, especially if you have an older car. It'll be nice to have this because you'll be able to diagnose OBD1. So that's pretty cool that they even send you this, and it's not like a separate purchase, especially for the price of $12.50. So most people are going to use your regular OBD2 adapter. So we'll plug this into the VCI and get that started. So this just, one thing I do like about it is it's nice and long. So as you can see here, it's probably 4 feet, probably 4 feet. So that was one of the complaints about the X2 was that the VCI was short, but I did just buy a $9 2-foot extension on Amazon, and that works perfect. So, but this one I don't need to. So basically just goes right on the top here, and then turn it to tighten it. And this is going to be the setup for most people, unless you're doing programming, then you're going to want to be hardwired, just for the sake of not, anytime you do programming, you want to be wired to avoid errors. So these here I don't need right now. So let's switch to screen record, and I'll show you guys all the menus and everything that you need to know about the system, and then we'll do a diagnosis with it. All right, so as you can see, I have it connected on my OBD2 port. The box just turns on, and hopefully you guys can see this. Before we switch to screen record, I just want to show you the VCI. It's nice, it has its own screen. It's just so bright, I'm trying to get it for you guys. Basically says the equipment is ready, and then it automatically pairs to the tool. So the tool's right here. Let me see if I can focus on the screen. Right there. And now we're gonna switch to screen record so you guys can have a perfectly clear view of what we're doing. Okay, so as you can see here, we're on the main screen. So we'll start with the top left, intelligent diagnose, and we'll work our way down. So intelligent diagnose is when you want to connect to the vehicle, you don't want to type anything, year, make, model, engine, transmission, automatic or manual. Intelligent will just automatically read the VIN and connect to the vehicle and try and figure it out for you what kind of vehicle it is. Obviously, if your vehicle is too old, it won't work. If you have like a 2000 Toyota Corolla, it most likely will not read the VIN automatically, so you might have to go into the second option, which I'll show you, to manually type it in. So as you can see here, nice and quick. I'm not speeding up the video. This is how fast it takes to find the car. So you see 2021 Ford F-150, picked up the engine, VIN. So over here you have two options. You can go scan history. So if you scanned the same vehicle before, it'll have reports in there. If you have not, and you just want to go, or if you just want to go into diagnostic, click diagnostic. Again, I'm going to try and keep this all real-time speeds. That way you know how fast the tool is. Turn ignition on. My vehicle's running. So it's going to load some software. Keep in mind the first time you use it, it's going to download some extra things. So over here, it already knows my engine, but it's asking me anyway. So I'm going to click 2.7 EcoBoost. It basically just wants to make sure that it got it right, because it's basically taking your VIN and trying to decode it. But obviously, if you did make a mistake, it gives you an option to correct it here, which is pretty cool. All right, so here you see the topology map that I told you guys about. So if I click system scan on the bottom right here, it'll start scanning the whole truck and show me the modules on the topology map. It shows that it's all connected to the high-speed CAN. If you come down here on the left, you see system list. This is your regular scan tool menu that does not do topology map. It's basically a list of all your modules in your vehicle. Again, you click system scan, it's gonna do the same thing. You have common special functions. So right here, this will be special functions that are available for this vehicle here. So depending on the vehicle, you might see different options here. So I can do steering angle reset, brake reset for putting the vehicle in service mode to do like rear brakes for electronic parking brake, battery matching to program a new battery to the vehicle that have smart charging, ABS bleeding, electric throttle relearn, TPS reset, immobilizer reset, window calibration, tire reset, engine power balance, crank position sensor, adaptive learning, relative compression, and then just says sensor, I don't know what it is, reset the outside temperature sensor. So that's pretty cool that it gives you quick little functions here. You can do the ADAS calibration here. That's pretty cool to have for those vehicles that are equipped with it. And then you can go into coding. Coding is where you basically start to change the coding on your vehicle to enable features that wasn't enabled back in the day on Audis or Volkswagen. You could go in and change the coding to enable the gauge sweep. So when you turn the key on, you know, the speedometer and the tachometer does a full sweep and then goes back to zero. It's like a fancy startup. That was one of the things you could do. Similar to this, you can enable, like on my truck, it's enabled to have the fog lights on with the low beam, which is doesn't come like that from factory. So I'm not going to use this to code this truck, because these trucks, there's a separate Ford software for it on the laptop, but it's cool to know that you have. So we'll go back here, and then we're going to do a quick system scan. Click high speed scan and see what it does. It's basically just going to go and scan every module in the vehicle, and as you can see, the ones that are red means it has codes in it. I know the codes that are in here and why they're there, so I'm not worried about it. So from here, you can basically go into the click report down here and see a report and save a report. Fill in the information if you want to. I'm just going to skip. It's going to save a report for you. That way, if you want to print it out, you will have it. And obviously right here, you see, you can scroll down and it'll show all modules, what codes were in them, of those modules and everything. So that's pretty cool. From here, you can click clear DTCs on the bottom right. If you want to just go in and clear without knowing what codes are in there, you can do that too. So we're going to go to system list, and system list will basically tell me that body control module, I have those codes. Instrument cluster, I have that code. So basically you can go down here. Everything that's green is normal. Everything that's red obviously has a fault code. So you can just go down the list here. If you don't like the topology, you can just go to system list. So it gives you an option to do whatever you want to do. You can clear DTCs here, or if you want to go into the module, you can just press enter, and that'll go into, in this case, body control module. So I'll wait here and show you guys. From here, you're inside body control module. Everything you do here is only related to the body control module. You can do actuation tests, which body control module is typically wipers and stuff like that. So you have anything that the body control module controls. So it's going to be lighting and accessories and stuff. So you have a lot here. You have fog lights, you have horn relay, you have license plate lights, PCM wake up line, parking lamps. You have a lot here, reverse light. So basically lighting and stuff that you can just, with a click of a button, just activate. You have special functions here, transport and factory mode, TPMS, the LIN, new module initialization, which is really good to have. Keypad code programming. So if you have keypad like the Ford the trucks have, you'll be able to do those. Reset the battery learn values. Factory keyless entry code, that's pretty cool. Enhanced exterior lighting calibration, and remote transmitter programming. That's pretty cool to be able to program remotes. So we'll go back. Again, this is so many options. I can sit here and make a 2-hour-long video, but I just want to give you guys the basics. So we'll go back. We're not going to diagnose anything right now. Let's go back to the main screen here. Yes, I want to end it. It screams at you. This alarm will literally give you a heart attack. This is to let you know, don't forget your VCI in the customer's vehicle. The other launch scanner does the same thing, which is good because I have forgotten the smaller VCIs inside the vehicle when you're in a rush. So back to the main screen. Now we have local diagnose. Local diagnose is It basically lets you pick whatever you're working on. So in my case, if I was to work on this truck, I can just go to America, and then I click Ford, and then I select, you know, my year, make, model. This is a manual way of going into it. Even though there is a, if you click all, there is a VIN scan service here, so you can go in and do automatic too, automatic VIN read, but this is mostly for your manual entry for the cars that are older, or if you want to use, like right here, OBD2. If you want to go in as regular OBD2 to check anything, you can go in through here also. So go back, don't forget the VCI. They're pretty serious about not letting you forget the VCI. So on the third icon here, on the top center, you have remote diagnose. This is for basically Launch to be able to remotely access your scanner in case you have any issues with it. That will help you out online. EV, this is where you can go, and if you buy the software, you'll be able to do EV diagnose, battery pack detection, compressor testing, DC test, onboard chargers, hybrid generator, coolant replacement, and high voltage power failure test. So it's pretty cool to have, to be able to do EV, because everything now is switching to EV. So being able to have, like, having a scanner that you can just upgrade to do EV out of nowhere, that's awesome. So I don't know if I'll be doing it now, but I'll probably do it in the future. It's nice to have. On all the way top right, you have special functions. This is where all your crazy functions are going to be. All the functions that this scanner will do will be here as a quick access. So we do have ABS bleeding, we have AC system relearn, adaptive front lighting, AdBlue reset for the diesels. You have the air and fuel ratio reset, air level calibration for air suspension, battery matching for programming batteries to vehicles with smart charging. Brake reset is basically electronic parking brake, so you can put the vehicle in service mode to do usually your rear brake pads. Clutch matching, coding ECU, again, go in there and change coding to enable or disable functions. Coolant bleed, you activate the electric coolant pumps to bleed the cooling system. That works really good on BMWs. Crank position sensor, relearn, diesel particulate filter regeneration, so for diesels. And then you have EGR adaptation for your EGR valve, the electric ones, electric throttle, body relearn, engine power balance test, FRM matching. You have a gas particulate filter. A lot of the newer vehicles, not only the diesels, but the gas has a particulate filter too that needs to be regen. So this will do that. Gearbox adaptation relearn, high voltage battery, immobilizer reset. You go in there if you want to do all your key fobs and stuff. Injector coating on European cars and other cars. You have to code the replacement injectors. You can just throw the part in and drive away like the old ways. Intelligent cruise control, it'll let you adapt that too. And anytime your car gets into a collision or anything like that, and you have to replace the adaptive cruise control module up front, or the sensor, you have to relearn that. Seat calibration for your airbag, steering angle reset, stop start reset, sunroof reset, tire reset. Lets you, if you have a truck and you want to upgrade the tire size, this lets you tell the computer, here's the tire size that I'm putting on, so that way it doesn't affect your transmission shift points or anything like that. TPMS reset database, transport mode, turn it on and turn it off, turbo matching, and window calibration. This is just your basic services here, or your special functions. From there, you go into toolbox. Now this is where I mentioned to you guys having basically things that you can buy to add on to the tool. So you can buy a TPMS tool. You can buy the ADAS system to do ADAS with this. You can buy the scope box. You can buy the video scope. You can do the battery tester. You can buy the multimeter, the current clamp. It's crazy. Like, you can just buy a key programmer if you want to start programming those crazy keys. So this lets you add so many other features. This scanner is cool because you can always add features to it. It's not just a scanner that, hey, here's the features it has, and this is all you get. No, this lets you expand, which is awesome, especially if you're in a business. You want to be able to expand. And then from there, you go to software update. So software update is when you're going to go in there to update all your software. It'll be the little number on the top right here on the icon says 39. That's going to tell you how many software need update. So the reason why mine says 39 is because I don't download softwares that I don't use. So all the China cars and stuff, I'm not in China. So why would I load the tool with all this China car software and Australia and all these other cars? When I'm in the US, I'm only going to download the makes that I work on. Keeps the tool nice and fast, keeps the storage nice and empty. So as you can see here, all these vehicles here, BMW Mini I do need to update. So usually what I'll do is when I see updates, I'll go through the list, and if I see that any vehicles like BMW Mini you click check mark and you click update and it'll update. I am pretty far from Wi-Fi right now, so I'm going to pause it because the Wi-Fi is not very good signal, but it'll update. So I usually go down the list. If I see anything that I want to update, I click update. If not, I leave these all unchecked. That way I don't have to worry about downloading all this garbage. So it's pretty cool. Go over there and update. Then you have the X431 diagnosis kit. Right here you have vehicle coverage. You can go in here and it'll tell you all the vehicles that it covers. I don't know if I need internet for this or not, but like I said, my Wi-Fi, I'm outside the shop, so the Wi-Fi is pretty crappy right here. So this will give you a list of all the vehicles that it covers, year, make, model, and stuff. And then CAN bus pin detect. It'll detect the CAN bus on your OBD plug, which is pretty cool. It'll tell you which pin it is. You have the HD CAN bus test if you want to do that. You have the CAN scope if you want to use a scope. Diagnostic software clear. Fixed connector software, firmware, I'm sorry. Data stream sample, DLC voltage check. There's just so many crazy things. And then diagnostic history and vehicle QR. So there's so many options. Feedback is for you to send feedback to Launch. I don't want to do that. Know your customer basically keeps a track of all the scans you do. So if you scan a lot of cars, it'll keep track of all the cars, and when you scan that same vehicle again, it'll tell you. I'll show you guys here. I don't have it set up yet, but it's so you basically know the car that you're working on, because it keeps track of, gives it like a ranking, which I probably won't use. So we'll go back if you want to use that. Now this is where I wanted to show you guys the mall again. I'm sorry if this is a little slow, is because the internet's kind of slow out here. So up here you have service renew. So right here, if you want to renew every single software that this tool has, not including obviously the EV and all the other stuff. This is just for automotive vehicles like gas. It will be right now $735 to update all of them. But like I said, you don't need all of them because half of them are Chinese cars or cars from another country. So the cool thing is they give you an option. So if you only want to update 10 softwares, $367, you can have 10 softwares fully up to date. So that's pretty cool. And now one thing I want to mention real quick before I keep going with this, I did ask them, if you don't update, does the tool lose features? They said no. It'll be fully functional up to the year that you last updated. So this is very important, because some tools like that top-down scanner that I showed you guys on my other video, when you get times to renew, if you don't renew, half of the features go away. So you don't want that. And then like I said, if you want to do only 5 softwares, you can pay a month, or you can do all of them. It's up to you. So it's basically what you need. And then you can do a single software apparently. I don't know why you want to do just one, but I guess you can do just one. So if you go to the software store, now you have passenger vehicle. You can actually go, if you bought a McLaren, here you go, you buy the McLaren software. So there are other softwares here for other like more fancy cars that you would need to have. If you want to do commercial vehicle, you can buy that software also. Again, I apologize for the Wi-Fi being crappy. So if you want to do commercial vehicles, you select your software and buy it, and it gives you the price for all of them. And then EV, if you want to do EV, so if you want to do Tesla, it's only $200 a year or $17 a month, which is really not that bad. If you bought one of those and you want to be able to go in, it's actually not that bad. Then if you want to do immobilizer and stuff, keys, you can buy the software for that. I'm assuming it's for keys if you have the key programmer module that's sold separately. And then reset, you can go in and buy some more rotation calibration. You can buy some more special functions. And then motorcycle, you can actually diagnose motorcycles with this. Let me see if I go back, if it gives you a list. I pressed OK. So this will do Indian, Harley Davidson, Honda, Kawasaki, you know, your typical motorcycle. So that's pretty cool that it lets you do motorcycles. That's awesome. And the software packages just give you different packages. So if you want to buy the EV package, it includes all of those EV cars. It's just, they put it all in the package for you. So they make it very easy for you to buy features, which is awesome. And then Launch Academy is just basically an area where you can go in and it's basically resources. If you need help with training videos or repair cases and stuff, it'll be able to do that. It'll help you out. Repair info. This is it's also help. This is more resources. X431 fix, or like workshop data. It's you pay that monthly, and you basically have a login and username, and you go in there and basically you type in a check engine light code, and you know, people that have had that same code post on there, oh, this was the fix. So it's something for a shop. It's kind of like Identifix for a shop. If you're a technician, you know what I'm talking about. But here you have training videos, Facebook page, contact us. This is all resources. And then user info. This is where you're gonna, so as you see here, my reports, I have here the F-150 that I just scanned. If you click on the report, it'll bring you to the report again. VCI is your VCI. It's automatically paired to it. It's already, if you have a different VCI, you can activate it here. But like I said, it's automatically paired. And then right here is just your profile. So if you fill this out, whenever you print out a report, all your information will be on the report. So it gives it like a professional looking printout, which is pretty cool. My order is just for your software. If you bought software, under your order, you'll see software. Password, change password if you want to put a password. I don't have one. VCI management, and then log out. So if you want to deactivate the automatic pairing of the VCI. And then the last thing is just other modules. Where here you have license list, you have points. Apparently, if you do certain things on the tool, you earn points, which can be used towards software. Error correction, opinion feedback, settings. Now settings, it's going to go to the settings that I just showed you, plus some more. So right here you can have shop information, which, like I said, you fill it out, it'll show on the receipt. Printer set, for you to choose a system printer or a launch printer. You can clear all your memory. Oh, and right here it's automatically update. I have it to off. So if you don't want the tool to automatically download all those Chinese software, click this off. That way you can select only the ones you wanna. Only the ones you want. This is just your account. Only the ones you want to update. So it's pretty cool. It has a ton of features. I can, like I said, sit here for days and explain this. I don't know what this is in the corner. Okay, that just brings you to the menu again. So I can sit here for days and just talk about all the features. There's so much. So we'll go back in real quick, and I'll just show you guys some more features on as far as diagnosing it. And again, I'm sorry for this video being so long, but this tool with this many features, it needs a proper review. So we're gonna diagnose. It's gonna do its thing. It's on. And again, this is all real time. The reason why the video is long is because I'm not pausing and waiting for things. I'm literally just doing it in real time. That way you guys, you know, if you're spending $1,200, you want to know how fast is the tool actually. Like, I don't want to just watch some edited video of making the tool look fast. But I'd say this is on the faster side. Most scanners are about the speed, maybe a little slower. So this is pretty snappy. I really like it. I have found that Launch scanners are a little faster than all the competitors, at least the ones I've used. So, which includes Snap-on, Autel, all the other ones, Xtool. Launch seems to be ahead of the game a little bit. So we'll go into some live data and stuff here I want to show you guys before I go. And so far, I'm really loving this scanner. This has a ton of features. So we'll go into system list, and let's see. Let's go into. Let's do a high-speed scan real quick. As you can see, nice and fast. It's just crazy how fast it scans. We'll see here all the modules it has. So we'll go into the engine computer, the powertrain control module. So the ECU for the engine, we'll go in there. So right here you have module information. It'll give you power numbers and everything on the module that's currently installed, and the VIN number that's written on that module, which you can change with this. Press yes. So right here you can read fault codes. Fords, you have key on, engine off, key on, engine running. I'm not going to run this because it's basically a self-test and it does take a little while. And then if you want to just read codes without doing any of these, you click retrieve GTCs. It'll just go in and read without doing any kind of self-test. So this is all stuff that I know. Active air dam, I deleted on my truck because I don't like the way it looks. So all it is just unplugged. So that's why that's there. And if I want to get rid of it, all I have to do is plug it back in. So pretty cool that it gives you nice big codes. And right from here, you have data stream, you have help, you have all these resources, and you can clear it on the right. So right here, you can do actuation tests. Again, anything that the engine controls, this will let you actuate. So pretty much, you know, AC compressor, coolant pump, EGR valve, injectors, fuel pump, all this stuff. It's a huge list. I can sit here and go over all this, but it does so much. It really does. So if you want to activate components, this is where you will be. And then you have your data stream. Now let's see on an X tool, $1,500 X tool, I did not have live data when I went into engine computer. I'm gonna check later and see if they updated it. I was so pissed off that a $1,500 tool, when I went into engine, I did not have live data. The icon wasn't even there. So that's insane, because a $20 tool has live data. So obviously this one has. I'm gonna click select all and just press OK because I'm not looking for anything specific. And boom, live data. So here you see live data. It's slightly laggy, but they all are because there's so many PIDs. So it's trying to keep up with everything. But obviously if you go back and select just a few of them. So if I just click unselect, if I just go, let's say, so you can see it is nice and fast, but when you're trying to read live data on 150 things, so let's just select random, like 5 things and press OK. As you can see now, it is a little bit faster. So see, I'm moving the screen up and down because now it's only monitoring those 5, so it's not trying to communicate with 150 live data or PIDs. So you have all your live data here. If you want to check it out and select. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm just gonna go down just so you can see. If you look on the right here, the little gray bar, it's not even halfway yet. It is insane. You're gonna be here for 20 minutes. If I was to sit here and tell you guys everything, it would take forever. Look at this, look at this. That is awesome to have all this live data. And the X2 didn't have a single one. We'll have to figure that out because that makes no sense. And then you have OBD function. Let's see what that is. Yes, I don't know if that just goes in as regular OBD, OBD2, like those. Yeah, that just goes in as regular OBD2. Huh, that's cool. So right here you can go into the same thing, read codes and all that, but this is just for the PCM, just like a regular cheap, $10 scanner. So that's pretty cool that you can go right through there. But yeah, if you wanna, you can do crazy things with this thing here. It's awesome. I would 100%, 1000% recommend this scanner for $1,200. I do love my X2, but I do love this one more. I'm not gonna lie. This does offer more just between the J-Box alone, being able to use factory software, and this tool does have a lot more features than the X tool. As far as like being able to expand and doing EV and all that, this just gives me so much more room to expand. If I was torn up between the two, definitely would buy this Launch. I am really liking Launch products lately, and I just hope they keep doing what they're doing because it's working. It's really awesome. So I'm sorry I couldn't give you guys a super long. This is already a freaking half-hour long review, but I would want to give you guys as much as I can in half an hour of what this tool can do. And like I just showed you guys, I can sit here for 5 hours and give you guys every little thing it does. I don't have anything to program, but this thing will program a lot. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. I will have a link below for you guys to go check this out and purchase it if you like. I do not have any discount codes for you guys as of now, but there is starting today, there is a sale that's probably going to be going on Amazon for Prime Day, so just check it out and see if they give you guys a good deal. But I would 100% recommend this for a technician or someone that wants something really fancy at home to work on all your vehicles. This thing is just awesome. This thing is super professional quality, and it does a lot. It really does. So I'll catch you guys on the next one and see what other tools we have to review. And until then, take care, guys.